What up, what up, what up, my peep? What it do, what it do, what it do? What's going on? Happy Saturday. I see you, Miss Tally, Baby Peaches, and Miss Gigi. I see y'all. What's up? What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? Let me know if y'all can hear me. I don't know who that person is. Okay. All right, you can hear me. All right, perfect. We're just going to give it a minute for everybody to get on in here. Get on in here. Get on in here. Uh-oh. Y'all give me 2 seconds. I need some more water. All right. I'll see you, Lee. What's going on? Kate Calloway, Miss Peggy. What's going on, everybody? What it do, what it do, what it do, what it do, what it do. Please make sure you hit that like button as you come on in the room. All right. It's greatly appreciated. All right. All things are a legend in my opinion, and we got some things to get into. Okay. So first we're going to get into, well, this is in no specific order, but here is our docket for the day. We're going to get into Sunday Carter and the things that she had to say about Jackie Christie and Shaunie O'Neal. We are going to get into Porsha versus Shamea. We're going to talk about Carlos. And then there's a couple of other things that we're going to discuss. Hey, Miss Thing. What's up, y'all? All right. Let's go ahead and get started. Because, again, it is Saturday. And I don't want to hold y'all long, okay? I don't want to hold y'all long, okay? What's going on, Miss Helen Lane? How are you? How are you? All right. And again, as you guys come in, please make sure you hit that like button and make sure you subscribe if you are not already subscribed to the channel. All right. So first things first, let's get into this, honey. Um, let's share our screen, and we got quite a bit to talk about. Let's see. Window capture. All right, child. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Child, the people's just out there offering. There's some free Diddy protesters that are being paid $20 an hour by some random folks. Okay, child, I don't know what they got going on out there, but let's just take a listen at it, child. This. I told y'all this yesterday when we were covering the trial. I told y'all that there were going to be people out there that were going to make some money off of this.
$20 an hour if you wear a t-shirt.
You guys speak up. You guys
she just got recruited, right?
I refuse.
You said no.
No.
It wasn't worth the 20?
No, but like he told me that it's for a Diddy coin, so I'm not really sure what that is. Yeah, they just tried to pay me $20 to wear a free fucking shirt.
Stop. I could tell because
The lady right there, she just kept convincing me to go wear a shirt, and I'm like, I'm good.
so just $20, and if you need $20, all you have to do is wear a free puff shirt. And you said no.
Yeah, I said no.
Did they say how many hours?
$20 an hour. And she told me she got paid like $60 yesterday for standing out there in 3 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Why do you feel that way?
Y'all, this is some fools. These are some fools. So they standing outside, randomly wearing these free Diddy shirts so that they could gain a coin behind it. I don't know. This is some strange stuff down to the free Diddy. This is insane. I don't know what a Diddy coin is, but you wouldn't be able to play with me. We're going to talk about these coins is what we're going to talk about. But this is dumb. This is dumb. It's purely dumb. But anyway, I saw that and I thought, since we've been covering the Diddy trial, let's talk about it, child. Let's move on though, because that is so dumb. So dumb.
Here's the streaming platform.
So dumb. All right, so let's coming out. You ain't finna get me, not with them. All right, so let's get into our next topic. Hold on, y'all. This wasn't on the docket, but I know I have heard some people say that they don't see what the focus is excited about. But Aaron Pierre, that's Mufasa. We just not want to sit up here and pretend like this man is not fine, okay? We're just not gonna do it. His smile, he could smile at me all day, literally all day. But you smiling at Diddy? No, I'm just playing. But oh, as we pulling up to an Aaron Pierre meeting, and the answer on my behalf is going to be yes, and the answer will be yes. I am. Yes. I'm pulling up. Okay, I'm pulling up. That man's smile is everything. But anyway, I just had to interrupt our broadcast for that really quick. All right. Anyway, moving on over to our next topic. So, let's see here. All right. So, y'all do know that the Mans and Ty Tribbett, Erica Campbell, Karen Clark Sheard, Kiara Sheard, Ty Tribbett. I may be missing some people. I don't know, but anyway, they had a tour, which is the tour was titled the same as Tamla Mann's new album, which is Live, Breathe, Fight, Breathe, Live, live, breathe, fight, live, living, breathing, fighting, fighting, breathing, living, something like that. But anyway, they had a tour that was coming, to a city near you. Um, and unfortunately, they canceled the tour, right? They canceled the tour. I can tell you why they canceled the tour. They canceled the tour, I'm pretty sure, because of low ticket sales. Um, but here's what's interesting to me. So I'm going to read you the post. Let me share my screen. Here is the post that was made by David and Tamala Mann. And so it says that we are deeply grateful for your support and excitement around the upcoming spring tour, which makes this announcement especially difficult. We regret to inform you that due to a combination of unforeseen circumstances, the upcoming tour has been canceled. While this isn't the outcome any of us hoped for, we want to thank everyone who planned to attend and believed in the journey. The decision was not made lightly. The spring tour faced unexpected challenges that made it difficult to deliver the kind of experience we believe you deserve. That said, we're moving forward. All tickets will be refunded. With that said, we will move forward. All tickets will be refunded via the original payment method. We remain committed to reconnecting with you in the future and bringing new tours and excellence or experiences, for you to enjoy. Thank you for understanding, your support, and your belief in us. We look forward to seeing you soon. Okay, I knew it was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. And let me tell you why I knew it was going to happen, because we're seeing the same people over and over and over again. At this point, I think many people have given different ideas. I would love to see a Legends tour. I mean, and when I say a Legends tour, that means some of these young people, y'all need to get on tour with these legends and experience it that way. How about a tour where you have legends along with current people? Like, let's say you get uh, a Yolanda Adams and a Jacqueline Carr, or Shirley Caesar and a Jacqueline Carr, or kind of mix it up that way where you have old school, new school legend and a current star or a current person who is out here crushing the world. But it's the same thing over and over. It's the same recycled people over and over. So I think people are tired of seeing the same people do the same thing. I know for me, I would prefer, again, like a Legends tour, or even grabbing like 2 or 3 gospel choirs that can rock out maybe a 5-city tour. No one's saying that you have to go out here and try to sell out these arenas, because that's another thing that's not working for y'all. If y'all see the queen out here not even selling out all of her shows, then you have to know that for the gospel industry, it's going to be a little bit worse. And that's no shade, no tea. But we're talking about Beyonce. We're talking about gospel music. We know on a scale that most people are going to be going to see Beyonce, then most people are going to a gospel concert. That's just being honest. So I would think that y'all probably should scale back. I don't know why y'all have, I mean, listen, go to some of these mega churches. I don't know why y'all want to sell out these arenas and stuff. Go to a mega church. And no shade, I love David and Tamala down to the ground. I do. But I don't know if y'all thought y'all were gonna pull in them Kirk Franklin numbers or them Kirk Franklin. Let me just be honest. As much hate and as much as people talk about Kirk Franklin, the realistic thing behind it is that the man can still sell out a show by himself. Then when you add on the aspect of these different people who actually can sing, can also bring in a crowd or bring in their specific crowd, you have to realize that that is how you're selling your tickets. So with Kirk, y'all weren't going to do the same thing that Kirk was going to do in this. Also too, I heard someone say that they didn't necessarily like the title of the tour. I think the title was a bit much. I do think it would have been something more simplified for the people that you have on the roster to tour with. So that's that. And here we go right here, so y'all can see who was on the tour. You had Erica Campbell, Here we go. Right here. Please don't play no music. Okay, I don't got no music. So you had Karen, you had Kiara, you had Ty Tribbett, you had Tamala, you had David and Erica Campbell on this tour. And I mean, people probably were going. I think people were going, but I think again, they had expectations of selling out these arenas, and unfortunately, the arenas didn't have the expectations to see, all the people to come and sell it out. It just didn't work out. So sorry for them. I hope that they do something else soon. Just maybe not to that magnitude. Y'all just need to do something different. Let's get outside of the touring box of just touring music. Because one thing that we have to also keep into consideration, Kirk Franklin's production was absolutely amazing as well. So again, I don't know if they had the same tour manager, engineer who was helping them with the tour. I'm not sure. But what I do know is I'm excited to see what they have going forward. And hopefully they'll think of different ideas and think outside the box. And no one's saying thinking outside the box is keeping you from your relationship with the Lord. Sometimes the people be so deep, they feel like no. Y'all can think about things that are outside of the box that doesn't have anything to do with the judgment around your Christianity. Okay? That's just how I see it. All right. As you guys come in, please make sure you hit that like button. There's 55 people in here and 27 likes. So that means we have some missing likes, and I would like for you to hit that like button. All right, moving on, honey. Let's get into Miss Porsha and Shamea, honey. Hold on one second. Let me pull it up as we speak. Listen, I was over here minding my business this morning, and I happened to see this post, and I said, "Oh, girl." Before Porsha takes this post down, because I felt it was coming down. And sure enough, she did remove it. So let's get into it. So tomorrow we have a new episode of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Porsha took to her Instagram and made this post. I'm gonna just say this. I'm watching. Hold on. All right. I'm watching a new episode at Shamea Morton, and she tagged Shamea Morton, and she says, "Now don't take it there. Don't imply ish about Diane Williams. I've been keeping it cute, quiet, and you can do and say what you want in me about, but hear me when I say wrong word." Wait a minute. I've been keeping it quiet, cute and quiet, and you can do and say what you want in me. I think she meant to say what you want about me. But hear me out when I say wrong road. Talking about where your mom thought my mom was a friend, knowing god dang well that she did what she did to my mom was highly egregious. Don't do it. Keep playing victim and the BS. Don't F with my mom. So let me just be all the way for real, and let me be 1,000 wow about this and how I feel about this particular situation. So first of all, I think Shamea and Portia's mama, we see. Here we go with Shamea's mama, and this is not me talking about nobody mama. But here's we go. Here we go with Shamea mama. Shamea mama act like she's saved, sanctified, Holy Ghost filled, and fire baptized over here. And then you got Diane, who I think she thinks highly of herself. I think we know that for sure. She thinks highly of herself, right? And I am not gonna say, because I don't know anything about their friendship, but what I do feel like right now is getting the mamas involved with your friendship that you have going on right now. I think it's nasty and dangerous work, Porsha and Shamea. And so to the people who say they think it's fake, I don't think what we seeing in real time is fake. I don't. I really don't. I don't think what we seeing in real time is fake. But in the beginning of the season, Diane sat up and had some things to say about Shamea. And all I remember Shamea mom speaking, now again, we ain't seen tomorrow's episode. All I truly remember Shamea's mom doing is speaking on the fact that uh don't she was disappointed in Diane speaking on Shamea is what I saw. That's what I saw. I think that this is some nasty work here when y'all start getting these mamas involved, and these mamas shouldn't clearly want to talk about y'all friendship. If they feel like they have their own friendship to work out, I think it's nasty work for the mamas to be on TV talking about y'all friendship. That's just the way I feel. And anybody can be mad at me, but that's just the way that I feel. And then when it comes to Porsha and Shamea, I'm not gonna say, oh, they weren't friends. I'm not gonna say that. And then most people who are saying they weren't friends are saying 20 years down the drain. Well, 20 years of what if they weren't friends? What we talking about? Huh? What we talking about? What we talking about 20 years for if they were never friends? Which means they were friends. So for me, I don't know. I think that they definitely let this show come up in here, but I do think that they were friends. But the mama stuff, I think is nasty work, and I don't think the mama should be talking about each other on camera. Y'all not a part of the show like that. Yeah, I think it's dangerous, and I think that's why we're doing this. Victorina said some nasty stuff on Watch What Happens Live. I mean, I heard her say that she was done with Porsha. With some of the things. Now, Porsha just wished this girl a happy birthday doing what she said on Watch What Happens Live. And I'm not saying it's anything wrong with wishing her a happy birthday, but I think both of them have done some dangerous things on both ends. And that's just being all the way 1,000. I think both of them are doing some dangerous things on both ends, and all of them want to play victim. Porsha want to play victim. Shamea want to play victim. Everybody want to play victim. But I absolutely believe that they both contribute to where their friendship is at right now. I do. And again, sit over here, Diane, because fair is fair. You spoke on that girl, and then when the girl speak back on you, regardless of how hard she come, now it's a problem, Porsha. Again, the mama should have never been in it. They should have never been having no conversation, no nothing. Cause then y'all get to talking about one ain't finna play with it. You ain't finna play with my mama. Well, you not finna play with my mama. Well, you not finna play with my mama. You not finna play with my mama. It's just going down a rabbit hole of stupidity when the mamas don't even have to be involved. The mamas is grown enough not to get involved in their daughters' relationships. It's that simple to me. That's just the way that I see it. Especially if y'all got your own. And Diane is a problem. I do agree. Diane is an enabler for Porsha. I do absolutely agree with that. I do. I ain't seen Shamea with her mama enough to get that from her, but we have seen Diane and Porsha on the TV screen over the years, and we have absolutely seen what Diane is capable of doing when it comes to Porsha. But in this particular situation, I think it's both of them, and I think the mamas need to stay out of it. She said a 20-year friendship, and you don't like Myers. Listen, hey, Miss Demetria Glim. Miss Diane started it with the dog bring a bone, will carry a bone. And you'll sit up and talk about it. And that's the thing. Miss Diane ain't innocent either. I don't really think that. Again, I don't know Shamea mama like that. I just seen her in one of them things talking about she gonna pray about it. And I kind of got what I felt out of her. I was like, oh, Shamea mama holy. Honey. She saved, sanctified, Holy Ghost filled, fire baptized. You can't tell her nothing. That's what I got from her. You know what I'm saying? I do think there are responsible. Nikki said there are responsible, but Diane is the main problem. Oh, okay. Miss Diane is the problem. Miss Diane raised Porsha to chase a bag like Miss Diane thought that she had did when Porsha choosing Porsha's father. Ooh, my daughter told me one time she knows how to handle her friends, and I took it from there. So did that mean that you was handling her friends or you weren't handling her friends? I'm trying to understand what that mean. Did you mean your daughter told you that she can handle your friends and you was like minding your business from there, or you was still getting involved with your daughter's friends? Is that what you're saying? And listen, I listen what's about to come next, depending on your answers, depending on what's about to come next. I'm just saying. But I just want to get clarification. I just think the moms need to stay out of it, especially if y'all got your own friendship y'all need to be focusing on. Y'all was friends, won't it? And clearly, according to Porsha, Shamea mama did something to Miss Diane that was egregious, honey. So is this what y'all really mad about or what? Now we mad about what the mamas is doing? Is that it? I gave an opinion when she was venting and she wasn't asking my opinion. Oh, okay. What can we can okay, can parents normalize getting rah-rah when I think you need to get rah-rah versus us just having like a conversation or coming to talk to you about something that doesn't necessarily need that, but we just letting you know, we informing you. We just need to talk to you. Listen, I know parents gonna get rah-rah, honey. I get it. But can you get rah-rah when we need you to get rah-rah? Porsha is a disgrace to her grandfather's legacy. The man did not get beat down on Selma for his granddaughter to be so undignified. Ooh, ooh, Dimitri, you came in here ready, honey. You came in here ready, didn't it? I know that's right. I don't know. I feel like the mom should be responsible for their friendships if they were friends. Like it's been alleged that they were friends. Y'all focus on that. Porsha and Shamea, y'all focus on y'all friendship. That's the way that it should be. But this teaming up, and you gonna team up with your mama, and okay, then we just don't gotta be friends all the way across the board. The mamas ain't gotta be friends, the daughters ain't gotta be friends. Let's just go on and mind our business and go and do what we was doing, before or after. I mean, I don't know. I just think it's crazy. I really do. And don't keep playing victim and don't keep playing that victim BS. Porsha, you are the main one, honey. Porsha is the main one that sit up playing victim and then gonna tell somebody don't play victim. That's been your story since you've been on this show, since you do stuff. You want to play victim, girl, all the time. And even this last episode, in my reaction, I literally said the same thing. Even if Shamea felt a certain type of way, she told Angela, it got back to Porsha. Porsha sat up there and pouted like a kid, which definitely proves the point of what Shamea is saying about you, girl. You got a lot of growing up to do, girl. You're over 40 years old, and you were sitting up here pouting because, and Shamea was too. True be told, if we're gonna be fair, we're gonna be fair on both ends. Shamea was being a little pouty too. I feel like y'all was being a little pouty when you just gone and talk about the situation. But Porsha, saying that people acting like victims is rich coming from you because you the ultimate one. This is my feelings on them. And y'all, I really used to be a Porsha fan. But Porsha over the years, especially when she had her show, she has just shown how, and even before that, Porsha has had some ways that sometimes you just cannot defend. Girl, I just want you to grow up. I want you to be a better Porsha, be a more mature Porsha. Cause girl, you sitting crying up in front of Angela, but then the moment your friend cry in front of you, you don't got nothing to say. You want to act like a little kid. Girl, that just irks me. That irks me. I have to say I've not seen Shamea play victim. Okay. My mother never got in me in my friendships. I stay out of my daughter's friendships. Yeah, I think it's safe to do that. Like, because that's how you allow people to grow up and move on, Um, although Shamea do need to take some responsibility, Porsha does a lot of gaslighting. I agree. I agree. I agree. She does do a lot of gaslighting. Um, and a lot of being manipulative as well. And I've just noticed that with Porsha. My thing was it should have just been solid. Girl, you couldn't go to Shamea's wedding because what? You had the gout. The gout had got you down and you couldn't fly all the way over there to Kenya to your best friend's wedding. We get it. We get it. You had the gout. You had to come down with the gout. With your feet swole. With your feet swole up, your ankle swole up. I don't know. You couldn't get on the plane. Porsha just really just be behaving like a kid to me. And again, I just want her to grow up and mature. And I would have thought that this break and the things that you're dealing with Simon would have allowed Porsha to do that, but she's not doing that, and it's just aggravating. Porsha has been pampered by everyone around, and that needs to stop too, starting with Diane. But I think it's too late. Hey, sweet essence, what's going on? She truly never holds herself accountable for anything, for nothing. That's why I said for her to be saying don't play the victim ish. And watch, when we see this episode, watch it be something that ain't even that deep. Watch it be something that ain't even all that deep. I'm just saying. Watch it be something that ain't even that deep. Okay, what y'all want to do? Y'all want to talk about Carlos or y'all want to talk about Sunday and Shaunie and Jackie? Which one y'all want to talk about? Let's go ahead and talk about Sunny. Did I say Sunday? I meant Sunday. Let's talk about Sunday Carter, Shaunie, and Jackie. Child, Sunday Carter just did an interview, and Sunday Carter said she would get ready. That she pulled up on Shaunie. She said she went around there and pulled up on Shaunie because Jackie kept calling her, talking about, girl, they want you to come back on the show. She said Jackie kept on calling her and telling her and stuff like that. Jackie then set up all this stuff to make it seem like she was coming back. She said that casting called her, the casting producers called her and was like, we want you to do this. We want you to bring, what do you have going on? Because production, they do ask you that. What do you have going on? That's another stipulation on sometimes you coming back. Can I, you know what? I want to do something real quick. So I just kind of want to give people a bit of a breakdown on how some of this stuff works in reality TV. I know we've always speculated, and I want to say this. A lot of this stuff could be what I'm getting ready to say, and then I'm going to show you guys the snippet. But a lot of this stuff can typically go for scripted or unscripted TV. All right? Let's get into it. All right. So production companies create shows, they pitch shows, they market shows, they do all that, right? The networks pay the production companies a budget per episode or for a full season to develop a full season, right? So sometimes when we be like, oh, what we only get 8 episodes here, and that's because that's what the network gave the production company for the budget, right? Does that make sense? Okay, prime example, Bell Collective. You know how a lot of us were complaining about Bell Collective only being 8 episodes this past season? That's because the network only gave Kingdom Reign a budget for 8 episodes. And then perhaps gave a budget for a 2 to 3 part reunion, just depending on however the season goes by. I don't think if you got 8 episodes, I don't think it's smart or wise to have a 3-part reunion. It should definitely only be 2, but that's just how that works. Now, here's another example. So like Bravo, let's just say Bravo, Housewives. Let's just use Housewives in Miami, for example. Okay, the budget could be per episode. The budget could be 2.5 per episode. This includes like your cast, and it breaks it all the way down from your cast to your film crew to all these different things. Now, what the production company can do is they can outsource another production company, another full service production company, in which that particular production company runs the camera operators. They run, the engineers, the sound engineers, all of the engineers who actually affiliate with that. So that's how your third party production comes into play that works with your actual production company. Does that make sense? I always just try to kind of want to explain this to people so that they can understand what's going on. And I'm gonna reel it back in just a minute. Okay, so the production company, again, they scout out the crew, they scout out the cast and crew, whoever they want to be crew as far as like producers, whatever they want on their specific show, on their respective show. They negotiate directly through the talent. The production company negotiates with the talent because the talent is hired on with the production company. Now, some of this may differ from most shows. I mean, from some shows, but for most shows, this is how it goes. The HR or who you report to is through your production company, whether they use a third party HR system, whether they use a third party through their third party production company, that's where the HR should land. Okay. Now we've heard time and time again the Kingdom Reigns, they're supposed to have an HR department. We've heard about it. We've heard some rumbling. But anyway, that's how it goes. So now the pay is different. So y'all remember just recently this week when we were talking about how the Tamar was talking about how the Braxtons, how they weren't all getting paid the same, right? So this is the negotiation that they go through with whoever their production company is, whoever the production company is that's producing that particular season. You would go through them for your negotiations on how you're getting paid. So if you feel like you're not getting enough, and so then it becomes a problem because then the network is looking for, I mean, they've given you a specific budget, right? The network is giving you a specific budget. And unfortunately, the person that you have asked to cast, you are thinking one thing when you print out a contract, but then when they want to go in and do negotiations, there's another thing. So you have to go back to the drawing board on that. That's why sometimes it doesn't work out with certain people because of their agent wanting more money from them, but the network has already given that budget. They've already cut the check. They've already said what it was they was gonna give, what it was they was gonna do, right? So that's just a way to, I know for like game shows or competition shows, when they're winning money, whether they are winning money to give to charity or whether they're winning money on their own, most of the time the talent doesn't get paid. They, of course they get the publicity, and not only do they get the publicity, but they also get like a per diem, a stipend per day. You know what I mean? But just overall, that's typically how it works, right? So it brought me to this. When Carlos did his interview with Jackie, I like Jackie. I want to be very clear. I do like Jackie. But Jackie kept asking, oh, so you like a producer and stuff. The girls say you like a producer on this show, you this. And then she said, no, I'm the face of Basketball Wives. And she didn't really say, no, I'm the face of Basketball Wives. She said, I'm the face of Basketball Wives. But as far as like the producer thing, right? Hey, CC, as far as the producer thing, Jackie is not a producer on Basketball Wives. Okay, I'm gonna be clear about that. So Sunday said that she kept calling her in this interview and she kept saying like, hey, I need you to come on. What do you have going on Sunday? I'm gonna let y'all hear what Sunday had to say. Hold on. I'm gonna let y'all hear what Sunday had to say. And I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. If you guys want to go ahead and watch this full, interview, you definitely can. Hold on, because I'm gonna put the link in the chat. Now, she talks to Brutally Honest with Tori Hart. Okay, y'all know Tori Hart. Brutally Honest. All right, so let's go ahead and jump to that particular point in the interview. Okay. All right, so here we go. Let's take a listen and we'll go from here. Hey everybody, y'all, please make sure y'all hit that like button. It's greatly appreciated. Let's go.
needed to do that. I just did that. I was just.
So that means he was fucking you good because you said,
She talking
you
about
was
the
like, he was
ex-husband
starving
right
me from sex.
He was.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he fucked you good. You had to give him money.
Girl, I didn't have. Well, I guess I did have to. Yeah, I guess you could look at him as kind of like a pimp. Yeah, he kind of was pimping me, but outside of that, he still is a narc, for sure.
A pimp narc?
Yeah, a narc pimp. A narc and pimp. I'm trying to tell you.
What happened with Jackie Christie?
Girl,
why didn't they let you back on Basketball?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Started, the other day.
Yeah.
So. Why didn't they let you back on?
I have no idea. Girl, so every year, Jackie had been hitting me up like, oh, sis, they gonna bring you back. They gonna bring you back. I'm like, okay, cool. I just let the show go. Like, I'm right now, I'm retired, actually. Like, y'all heard it here first. I'm never going back in front of the camera outside of doing like a podcast or something for the book. I'm tired. I don't want to do it no more. So she calls me, oh, sis, they gonna bring you back. This time she calls me and she's like,
why are you tired?
Me?
Yeah, why are you tired? Why don't?
Because I've been writing like, oh, you talking about?
Yeah, why?
Because I just found my whole get down in like the lab. So I'm really like behind the scenes. I don't have the desire to do it no more.
Okay.
So she hit me up this particular time, last October 2024. She hits me up, sis, they bringing you back. I'm like, girl. Okay. So then I get a call from casting. So I get the call and so the lady, she sets up something like, what you got going on? I'm like, just talking about, I just been writing. That's it. She's like, oh, tell us about, the connection with the basketball wife thing. So I'm like, well, the only thing I really got going on is that Kennedy, she ain't never seen her dad except for 2 times when she was a little baby. She don't even remember.
Who was her dad again?
Larry Hughes.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And so,
why
I don't know.
He in her life?
We got to ask this question because this is the first time I've ever talked about it, you know what I'm saying, in public.
Right.
Before, like open, because I haven't, and she's 17 now, so that's a whole nother story. Because now she's like in a place where she's asking questions, her friends are asking, like, she looked just like him.
That's what I was gonna say.
Look just like this person.
Yeah.
So, it's coming from a place to where it's like that person isn't dead. He's not in jail. He's not in a coma. What's wrong with me, mom? So I gotta also, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. I gotta answer that. And that's the whole that narcissist, he tried my daughter too. But yeah, so back to Jackie. And again, I got brain fog because I told you the narcissistic abuse. But she called me. I do the interview or whatever. I tell her everything that's going on behind the scenes with me and Kennedy and that person. Everything seemed to be cool. She sets up the interview. I do the audition or whatever. Then I get a phone call from old girl telling me like, oh, they love you and this and that or whatever. They're going to bring you back and they're, thanking me, telling me I'm going to be so happy. Okay, cool. So now it's just a waiting process. Me and her talking and I rewrite a script for her that she had. And I do it in like 6 days. She was sitting on this project for like 10 years. So I do it. I send it back. Now we're starting to prepare because she's gaslighting me into thinking like, girl, they bring you back. I'm only taking her
she
word.
Did this so you could write for her.
I don't know. I don't know why she did it. I'm just telling you what I did.
Right.
And so I did that. And then she's like, so we start planning as if I'm coming back to the show. And I'm taking her word for it because you're the queen of basketball wives. You would know everything. You would know everything about production. You would know everything about casting. So you know who they're bringing back. So then for like 3 or 4 months, stuff just wasn't adding up. And I just was like, okay. I was telling her, like, on the creative side of things, I can write. Right. But on the flip side, as far as like the paperwork and stuff, I need you to do that. So she's like, all right, cool. It was never getting done. So now I find out she's shooting. She don't tell me she's shooting. How are you shooting and you're telling me that they're not done casting yet? So that wasn't making no sense. So I'm just like, all right, that don't make no sense. But I'm so thirsty to get my projects out there. I'm thinking I'm about to use this platform, to get my stuff out there. I'm a writer now. So she knew all of that. Me and her was supposed to be, joining our production companies, and she was going to roll out her talk show through our production company, allegedly. Come to find out, she never had an intention on doing any of this stuff. She gets insane on the show last season, and she starts talking about not even a TV show, a film that I wrote, the scripted version of Basketball Wives, Playing for Keeps, which I wrote, I own. And she's on there. She don't even give me my props or nothing. She's saying like, oh, you know, who's we? Give me my props because it does nothing for me. I'm not there. I'm rebranding myself. I can't afford to be attached to nobody that's bullshitting. You feel what I'm saying? If you're not serious, you're not about your business. That's all you had to say. And I kept asking her, listen, are we doing this regardless if I do the show or not? Yes, sis. Yeah. Whole time, never. She done shot the whole season. Had me thinking she's, you know, on some sort of standoff with production, and had me looking on the girls' pages. Oh, look one here, look one there. Whole time she in
with production.
Yeah, because they're not. Yeah, because they're not bringing me, your business partner. Oh, I'm, you know, putting your name in the fold of things this way, that way, so they don't have no choice but to bring you. And it just was like, I need to see Shaunie. So I drove to Shaunie's church. Just to kind of like, you know what I'm saying, put some things into perspective. Like, I need to go up here to figure out, because she had me thinking that all of the women were hating on me, didn't want me there on the show. She was saying that this one said that and this one said that. Like, it's every man for themselves type of thing.
Why did she do this?
I don't know. I have no idea. And I'm like, me though? You would play with me like that? I've been nothing.
Driving to Shaunie's church to confront Shaunie about something on Basketball Wives is sorry y'all. But driving to Shaunie's church to check her about the fact that you need to figure out what's going on, why you ain't on Basketball Wives, is absolutely, utterly insane. Let us keep going, honey.
Nothing but a good friend and loyal, even when people told me not to. It's like, nah, I never experienced that with her. I've never been a person to like judge somebody based off of what somebody else says. You understand what I'm saying?
So I know her and Dr. Cheyenne Bryant just got into it. They were going through something.
No, I had no, and that's actually who she brought on the show last season.
Yeah.
I guess over me. And I'm not saying that she did it, but she was telling me like, oh, you know, Cheyenne is, you know, they're bringing her. So it's like they're bringing her over me. You feel me? And that was cool, but she could have just led with that. Like, listen, I, you know, gave production you, and I gave production Cheyenne. It's in production's hands. You're not production. You feel what I'm saying? So like, she could have just been honest with me. She wasn't honest. And I'm like, damn, this whole time I've been just reciprocating my loyalty to you, and I'm not receiving that back. So you don't get to do that to me. And then when I realized like she had everybody recorded and she's telling me this and that, whatever, I was like, I need a contingency plan. So I started recording because I knew that once
you recorded you and Jackie's conversation.
Yeah, a couple times. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Just because I needed. Yeah. No, it's not. In Texas, it's not. I live in Texas. No, it's not.
Okay, wait. Would you say that Jackie is a narcissist?
Would you say that?
I haven't dealt with her the way you dealt with her.
I mean, that was my experience.
And you know, I'm cool with Jackie.
Yeah.
I mean, if I see her, we speak.
Yeah, that's
we're not
good.
friends,
Mm-hmm.
but we're cool.
Yeah. Cordial,
right?
Yeah.
But I've hered a lot that she's crazy. I mean,
girl, that's cool. Just don't be crazy with me.
Right.
That's all that I'm, especially when I've shown you nothing, but like people are literally like coming to me like, don't trust her. Don't do this. Don't.
What people?
Just out, you know, just people, just in the industry and stuff. Like just, no, just other like outside people. Not anybody specifically on the show. No.
Okay.
But just outside people.
Shaunie say?
I never saw Shaunie. She wasn't there.
She wasn't.
I left my number. Like Shaunie, holler at me. She wasn't at the church. She wasn't at the.
Shaunie, holler at me. You gave your number to a lady at down to the church and expected that lady to get a message to Shaunie about basketball wives Sunday. Now, Sunday is a beautiful lady to me, but the elevator don't go all the way up to the top floor. It don't. It can't. It gotta stop somewhere. It just can't go all the way up.
Church. She wasn't at the church. I don't know. Some lady.
What lady?
A random lady that was working at the church.
The lady in the pew. Who?
No, she was like security. She was like security or something. She was there, and I went up there because.
Where did you walk down to the?
I went. No.
This number for
girl. I went up to the church.
It was
on. I did DM her. I didn't get a response, so I went up there. Because
who leaves a number for someone? You give it to the usher board. I'm with Tori. The usher board. Who doing it? Why are you? Who leaves a note? We live in an era of social media at this point. You don't reach out to people on social media and you don't get a response. That means they don't want to talk to you.
Because here's my thing. I don't think that I've done anything that bad or said anything that horrible to not rejoin the cast or whatever. And it's fine if they, have blackballed me, right? That's cool.
Why would they blackball?
I have no idea. This is what I'm trying to say. I don't know. Like, I'm like, okay, they brought this person back. They brought this person back. What did I do? And the person that I got into it with, which was Brandy, I've been apologized to her.
What happened with you and Brandy?
In Paris, remember? And me and her got into it, and she had talked about mine for JJ, and then I talked about hers, and she had. It's not funny though. We want to let because she had
for JJ.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah, but.
I got so many questions. I have so many questions. What's Brandy's last name? Maxille, right? Let's see. Okay, this was from Urban Belle magazine back in 2014. Y'all know I love doing this type of stuff. Hopefully y'all can still hear me. Oh my God. Can y'all still hear me? Hopefully so. Okay, there we go. Now it's working. All right. I don't know if y'all can see this on the screen. But anyway, here we go. Now it's working. All right. I don't know if y'all can see this on the screen. But what is you talking about? Anyway. Hold on, y'all. I'm so over this. I promise I do good. So y'all ain't gonna tell me whether y'all can hear me or not. I got 73 people in here and I can not one person tell me if they can hear me. Well, I'm gonna just talk. Y'all can't hear me. Oh well. Somebody will tell me in the replay. All right, so let's get into it. Now, this was from Sunday Carter back in 2014 when she was over there on Basketball Wives. So let's get into it. Rumor has it that Sunday Carter's return for the Basketball Wives season. Again, this was back in 2014, y'all. Basketball Wives LA is unlikely, and it's all because of her comments that she made about Brandy Maxill's fertility issues, which were the result of ovarian cancer. So y'all knew that. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all know that Brandy had ovarian cancer. Now, can I say something? One thing I've never understood, Brandy had ovarian cancer, right? Her husband went on Ayana, Fix My Life, and said verbatim that man had had sex with over 300 women. With over 300 women. We can't forget that. We just cannot forget that. We can't, we won't, and we just cannot forget it. So I believe this is Sunday. I was actually in the middle of an apology, and I guess again that she didn't feel as though my apology wasn't sincere enough, and we got into a heated argument once again, and it just kind of took me back to Paris. Like, here we go again. It was unfortunate, but I just felt like Brandy was being a bully at that point. I feel like not here, not today. So it just goes to show this one thing. So here we are. We're dealing with a woman who is having fertility issues, and we're talking about her fertility. And Sunday Carter has never been able to recover from that ever since she said it. Okay, you got people over here who's talking about folks' fertility issues, and it don't even get talked about. Anywho, anyhow, anyway, I just wanted to bring that up.
But you feel what I'm saying, and I had said something that was out of line, and I had apologized to her for it. You know what I'm saying? She said something about me, and then I just was like,
About who?
She said something about me, and I was just like, I don't even want to repeat it. It was just a dark time. I said something.
No, what was it?
I said something really bad. I had said something like, go make a baby. And she was struggling. You know what I'm saying? And she...
But that's not...
Well, she was...
That's not warrant. That ain't enough for you to get kicked off the show.
I said that, but she was recovering from like ovarian cancer.
Oh,
I think, yeah.
okay.
So, yeah. Yeah. Why are we laughing? No.
Sunday, you are treacherous.
I know, and this is what I'm saying. I should have never said that. So
I mean, you were probably on Xanax.
I was in a really dark place. So again, I'm coming from a place of
like this, so you can't even be responsible.
I really can't. A lot of stuff that I did, I can't be responsible. I'm taking accountability for it. Like even with that situation, I've like apologized to her. I feel terrible about saying that. We've talked. Like she's the reason why I actually talked to Brandy. You feel what I'm saying? And she put me in contact with Brooke. And then that's how I found out that all this stuff was a big shared fantasy from the other person. You feel?
Jackie.
Yes. Like it was all lies. And it's just like, girl, we been shooting. We never had a blackout. Girl, she was at that event. Oh, she gave an award here.
Now, Jackie girl, leave that lady alone. You over there telling that girl she can come back to the show. You don't know if she can come back to the show, Jackie. Quit that, Jackie. Stop it, Jackie. You need to stop it, Jackie. Jackie is crazy. We already know Jackie is crazy. I still like me some Jackie Christie, but we all know she crazy. And Sunday, I don't even know why you sitting up listening to Jackie. Okay? I don't know why you listening to Jackie. All right? I just don't get it. All right, so let's get into Lord, help me to hold out. All right. Let's get into Carlisha King, honey. Now, baby, it's the same stuff over and over. But let's get into it while we can. Oh my goodness. Sorry, y'all. Okay, now let's try. So we're gonna get into Carlos King, and then I'm going to get into these lawsuit updates, honey. We're gonna get into the things. Hold on one. Okay. Give me 1 second, y'all, and we're gonna get right into it. All right, y'all. So here we go. I just noticed my ticker at the bottom stopped ticking. No, girl, let's tick, 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 tock. Um, a tick, 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 tock. A tick, 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 tock. Tick, tock. All right. And sorry I sound like this, y'all, because I wouldn't be using my laptop audio. I would normally be using my mics, but both of my mics is dead at the same time. All right. All right. So let's get into Carlisha the King. The media mogul making diversity reality television. I don't know how, but let's get into what they have to say. When it comes to reality television, Carlos King is undoubtedly one of the most influential minds in the genre. As the CEO of Kingdom Reign Entertainment, he has produced some of the most talked about reality shows shaping the landscape of unscripted television. From his groundbreaking work with the Real Housewives of Atlanta to creating his hit series like Love and Marriage Huntsville, King's journey from behind the scenes producer to media mogul has been nothing short of remarkable. His ability to craft compelling narratives, his ability to put these bullcrap narratives out there. That's what his ability is to do. Oh, y'all didn't tell me the thing was running too fast down at the bottom of the screen. Lord have mercy. Y'all ain't even tell me. Okay. His ability to craft compelling narratives and showcase diverse perspectives has positioned him as a leading industry force. He's a force multiplier. Y'all gotta give me credit for reading it this way. Let's see. We was just reading it fast. Child, it was going too fast. King, who had left college before being offered a production assistant job at BET, got his break and the business in 2008 when he was an associate producer on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. You know, a little show you may have heard about, he told Newsweek. It was my first reality show. Real Housewives of Atlanta became an instant hit, and I sort of climbed the ladder. I had every single position up until becoming the first black man to executive produce a Real Housewives franchise, which was in season 6. I just kept falling in love with the ladies, the production, and the audience. After accomplishing so much with the franchise and believing that he'd done everything that he could with it, King said he felt divinely guided to move on. Despite his success, he felt there was a gap in the industry. There weren't enough black-owned production companies creating these type of shows. I am very ambitious, but I also believe in God's timing, the Detroit native said. God has the thing where God has this thing where he whispers to you and you have to be still in order to hear the still voice. I was doing that, and God just kept saying to me, Carlos, you need to move on. I know you're happy. You're making all this money. All of this was great, but I knew there was more for me. When I decided to leave the show, I wanted to be someone who was an agent of change. And that's what led me to create my own production company, Kingdom Reign Entertainment. His first major project under Kingdom Reign was Hollywood Divas for TV1. The series gave black actresses, including Golden Brooks, Paula J. Parker, Elise Neal, and Countess Vaughn, as well as Lisa Wu, a platform to share their personal journeys and ran for 3 seasons, helping to establish King's company as a major player in the industry. He has gone on to build a diverse portfolio of projects, but one of his his biggest successes have been the Love and Marriage franchise, which launched with Love and Marriage Huntsville in 2019 on OWN Network. The concept for the show was born from King's vision to make the reality TV landscape richer in representation. Well, did y'all hear that? I am a openly gay man in this business where there's not a lot of us, so my mission statement when I created Kingdom Reign Entertainment was to make sure that I told diverse stories. Sir, you haven't created a diverse show to me. None of these shows that are created are diverse shows to me. It's the same thing. But what he means by diverse is including husbands. Okay. Anyway, that could be diverse in race, sexuality, but also diverse in terms of an equal playing field when it comes to men and women sharing the spotlight on television. Okay. Anyway, Love and Marriage Huntsville was created because after coming from Hollywood Divas and Housewives, I wanted to do a show where men have a great perspective too. I don't think husbands are just somebody who comes into the kitchen to observe. Oh, this whole time I really thought y'all could see this article. Hold on. All right. One thing I know about couples, pillow talk is at an all-time high, and men have strong opinions about their lady friends. The show became a rating powerhouse for OWN, paving its way for multiple spin-offs, with Kingdom Reign now responsible for nearly 70% of OWN's original programming hours over the past year. King's impact on the network is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Okay. Undeniable, not unbelievable. My bad. His work extends beyond OWN. He has collaborated with major networks like Netflix, producing Styling Hollywood, BET Presents the Encores, and Lifetime My Unaliver Body by with K. Michelle. King's ability to tell diverse and engaging stories has been a driving force behind the success. I am most proud that I have created a safe space to give people, I am so sick of you saying this, to give people of color the opportunity to tell their stories. It's not a safe space. It's not. It's not a safe space. I think that's the most fruitful blessing that I have in terms of creating a space for people in front of the camera. He goes on to say, but behind the camera, I have a large, diverse group of producers who who comes from all walks of life. To know that I've given opportunities to people of color for the first time executives, first time producers. I grow my team to excel in their own endeavors. In recent years, King has made his own moves from behind the scenes with his hit podcast and YouTube series, Reality with the King, a shift that started after he was encouraged to host a reunion for the first successful season of Hollywood Divas. And they should have never told you to host a reunion again. Because that was a lot in, there's a lot now. That put my face on the map, King said. I started to ride that wave by doing more speaking engagements. It was definitely something that I said, okay, I'm good at this. I think the audience likes me. Let me see where this can go. Thankfully, it has been rewarding, but also challenging. The move. Hold on. Okay. The move was fruitful, and now Kingdom hosts reunions for Love and Marriage Huntsville, Bell Collective, which follows the series of a group of business women, and they're talking about Bell Collective, twice weekly episodes of his podcast, which drop Tuesdays and Thursdays, and YouTube live segments every Monday. It's called Monday Night Live, King says. Every Monday, I talk with my fans called The Raindrops. We get 50,000 to 70,000 views per episode weekly. So I drop 3 episodes a week. I run a production. Where them 3 episodes at? Okay, anyway, anyhow. So I drop 3 episodes a week. I run a production company where we're in current production on my shows. Right now, I have to do meetings for the network, do meetings with my producers. I've got to watch these episodes, get my notes on it. But because I love what I do, it doesn't feel like work. Stepping into the spotlight has not been without a challenging. Being in front of the camera has a lot of blessings, and there's a lot of pros with it, and the cons are obviously. I wasn't prepared for people just to make stuff up about me, King said. That was sort of weird. No one prepares you for that until it happens, and it's a gut punch. Thank God I'm spiritual and have my faith, so I'm able to understand that this isn't real. These are a bunch of strangers who just want to see you in this way. They may join in on negative conversations, but you know who you are, and you have to always stay focused. So that that's something I always tell myself. It's easier said than done. However, it is the best advice that I give my reality stars. I could just hear him saying it. The best advice I give my reality stars. I could hear that. Anyway, and when the tables turned, I said, oh, I gotta practice what I preach. We got just a little bit more and we will be done. Reality with the King continues to be popular in Apple's podcast charts, but the media mogul refuses to chase trends to stay ahead of the curve. Instead of preferring to listen to his gut, he decides which guests to pursue for the show in which the concept to develop for TV. So basically, he's saying you can pitch him a show, but he wants to be the one that can cast the show. You can probably bring on a few people that you know, but he he wants to pretty much have control of casting. The beauty of my audience is that they're very diverse. King said it's funny because my auto podcast listeners are largely white people, and my YouTube is largely viewed by black people. But in both arenas, I'm myself. I don't code switch for the audio. It's just me. Child. As long as I remain myself, I feel like I can continue to have what we call business, what we call in the business the Oprah effect, which is that she had a number one talk show for 25 consecutive years, and she never changed who she was. I don't want to cater to the younger audience. He said he don't want to cater. Oh, okay. I don't want to cater to the younger audience by bringing on this young person who I don't have a connection with. You see a lot of podcast hosts who just interview anybody, and I'm sure their team is saying, interview this person. They have 20 million followers and they have a young demographic. I don't look at myself that way. I look at it in terms of I'm not intrigued or curious. My audience is going to say, Carlos, you are phony. You are phoning this interview. I know I'm known as the guy who asks the questions for the people. Okay. Sometimes I'd be wondering. Okay, anyway. With the continued sense of Love and Marriage Detroit, which returned on April the 12th and is already off of the air. I think the part 2 of their reunion air today. And new projects in development, King shows no signs of slowing down. We are greenlit for another season of Bell Collective, so the bells are back and they are ringing, he teased. I can't wait for you guys to see that. And of course, many other things that I will wait until the network announces because I don't like to get in trouble. But we are cooking up some great things. Definitely tells me you didn't mention anything about Love and Marriage Huntsville being renewed, and it is May. Honey, they say Love and Marriage Huntsville is supposed to come back this summer, child, is what they say. We shall see, honey. Happy Sunday, raindrops. Yes, honey. Yes. Let's have a real conversation. Yes, honey. Ciao. Okay, so I want to cover this, and then I'm out of here, child. If you guys would like to bless the platform, you guys know how you can bless the platform by Cash App $ Chef Don Don 2 or via Venmo as Chef Don Don 2. It is greatly appreciated. I think we could definitely get us a $25 goal, and we can get that done. Love and Marriage Huntsville XNO. RJ, you done with Love and Marriage Huntsville? Is that what's going on? You done? Are you done? Are you done with Huntsville? All right, so let's get into it, y'all. Let's get into it. And I'm gonna show y'all something before we leave. That's a funny. It's funny. All right, boots on the ground. I got my boots on the ground. Where them fans at? I ain't really been interested in Love and Marriage Huntsville. Really, honestly, I already told you I have no interest in reviewing that show. I'm not gonna lie, I probably will watch just to be nosy the first episode to kind of see what it's gonna give, or when the trailer comes out, I may react to it. But other than that, as far as doing recaps and all of that, I'm not doing it. Now, when Bell Collective come out, I probably will. I'm not gonna hold y'all. I do still like Bell Collective, so I probably am gonna recap Bell Collective. I'm not interested in Love Marriage Huntsville, and I've been singing that same tune since Mel left. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into this while we're speaking about boots on the ground and all of the things. Okay, so here's just a couple things that I want to say. I realize that I understand that we are not being sued by him, right? Some people say that Melody, and we're just gonna be honest here. Some people were saying that, oh, Melody just wants to bring these people down with her and all this and that and this and that. If y'all think $6,000 is gonna bring this lady down, you're nuts. That's the first thing. That's the first thing I want to say. Second thing I want to say is, don't believe the hype of thinking that me and this man was friends. Like, don't ever believe the hype. If y'all have been through YouTube and you've been in these YouTube streets and you know exactly what has gone on, you know good and well we are not friends. Okay. So first of all, I'm not slow. I understand exactly what Melody was putting down for the content creators, right? They are saying, see, because here's what they're doing. They're tying some of this stuff in with other stuff that has absolutely nothing to do with certain people. Like, I can't speak for other people and what they do on their channel and what they do, but I know I can speak for myself. And for me, I ain't got no time for all that. I ain't even know nothing about that until Melody told everybody to start tagging me and sending me this live video. I was not expecting it. When people were sending it to me, I was like, what's going on? So we get it. We get that he's mainly suing because he feels like he has lost wages when she did her live video about protect or going up for her in her video when she exposed him. That's what he's suing for $6,000 for, which is still silly to me. But in small claims court, apparently I'm hearing that that's the most that you can sue for in small claims court. Cute, have it. I am very aware that he is not suing the content creators. I think we are very aware of that. Our purpose in being upset is because what I feel like you could do is, if you have an issue with this lady and you felt like you needed to take her to court, you and her deal with it. Including other people is absolutely insane. And I said the same thing about this $10 million lawsuit. Adding Mel's name is being mentioned in there. Adding other people's name who have nothing to do with it. To me, it's not smart. It's dumb. And I don't think it should be done. Because these content creators, all that they are doing is creating their content and going on about their business. I get it. He's using it for evidence. But again, I say leave everybody else out of it. Use your own stuff for your own evidence. Okay? And see, you know what, Miss Peggy? I'm going to be honest with you. All of the stuff that was surrounding around that Houston trip, I had no clue about until my name was mentioned on one of them recordings. And I'm like, leave my name out of it. I was out of the loop. I found out about all of that Houston stuff when all those recordings start coming out. Before that, I didn't know about it. I knew that they had some kind of situation. There was some situation that was going on, but I never knew the ins and outs about the full situation. Never knew. So it always amazes me how people want to put folks in a box like they have something to do with everything that goes on. Unfortunately, just like I don't expect for anybody on this app to be around when everything goes on, sometimes people just ain't around and they don't know what's going on. So again, I didn't find out about that till my name was mentioned, and I started seeing them doing lives back and forth. Lord rest her soul, Kiki was going live and all of this. So it was like a back and forth, and that's when I started finding out what was going on. Besides that, I didn't know. I did not know. But anyway, what I'm basically trying to say is that we're not dumb, we're not stupid, and we're not slow out here. We absolutely understand what's going on. We understood that Mel was warning content creators and letting content creators know, like, hey, just be on the lookout. We don't know what else could be coming down the pipeline. She didn't have to do that, but he also didn't even have to name us in that stuff. Period. Any of our YouTube channels, any of the titles, any of that. And so I'm saying that because one thing I'm getting tired of is people coming down to my comments talking about, he was only talking about you guys because he was using you guys to prove a point. And I'm like, girl, no one over here is slow, dumb, or stupid. We know exactly what was going on. But again, the names didn't need to be mentioned at all. Nothing need to be mentioned. Sorry, y'all. I was reading somebody's um DM. But yeah, like, nah, we don't need to do that. We're not slow, we're not dumb, we're not stupid. We're none of those things. When he was on there crying. See, I still ain't even seen that. Saying would we hold her accountable, and him and his old hag started all them team show mess. See, that type of stuff I didn't know about. I didn't know about any of that. All I'm saying is, and you can like whoever you want to like, you can whatever. We get it. What we're saying is that it wasn't necessary to name any of these content creators. It just wasn't necessary. Um, but again, I had completely stopped watching him and all of that kind of stuff way before any of this happened. So, I mean, I just wanted to say that for the people who be in the comments that be acting like we slow. We know good and well we're not being sued, but what we knew what Melody was doing. That's the thing. We knew what Melody was doing. So, um, I don't know. It's just all weird. What's up, Omar? It's just all weird to me. If you ask me. Oh yeah, that's why I said I salute to Melody because she didn't have to do it. I'm glad that she did what she did. But we did not have to be named. It just wasn't necessary. It wasn't necessary to do that. And to say that there's a group of friends behind the scenes like that is dumb. Either I'm gonna be your friend in public or I'm not. Like there's no reason for me to get online and say, "Oh, I'm not friends with somebody," only to go behind the scenes and be friends with them. That's stupid. I don't operate like that. That's dumb. And that's almost what they're trying to make it sound like. Like, oh my God, and everybody else's face, you're not friends with him, but then behind the scenes, you guys are best friends. Like, nigga, please. Anyway, anywho, anyhow, I just think it's all stupid. Y'all, find something to do, please. Find something to do. Okay. It wasn't necessary. Okay, I read that. RJ, you waving. I don't know if you saying bye or hey. Um, Carlos didn't say Love Marriage Huntsville is renewed after saying they filmed. I'm trying not. I'm I'm thinking it's not coming back because he doesn't want an egg on his face when the ratings don't rate. I mean, but see, that's the thing. And we were having this discussion earlier. That's just not how TV programming works. Although he hasn't made an announcement about it being renewed. Um, and although they filmed it, doesn't mean that it's renewed. I just I don't think that it would be based up to him like that. Because if the network gave budget and they cut a check, he has to produce a show. If the network cut a check, he has to produce a show. So it's all up to the network whenever the network decides to announce it as well. And again, I'm not saying this. I'm not saying that it's renewed, and I'm not saying that it will be renewed, won't be renewed. I'm not here to say that. I'm just saying that if the network ordered the show and they filmed the show or whatever, and it comes out, the network will kind of put it out whenever they decide to. I don't know. For me, I'm just ain't sitting back on the on the front of my chair waiting to see if they say it's renewed or not. Melody ruined his plot by exposing what he was doing as far as this lawsuit. Child, I just feel like again we're not slow, we're not dumb, we're not stupid. We know what's going on, and it's some nasty work out here, right? Some nasty work out here. Nicole said, "Interesting. What's interesting, love?" was saying hey to Catherine Powell. But hello, hey. You probably did. I just didn't see it. You probably did. I just didn't see it. But yeah, no. Again, I'm not here to argue whether it's renewed, not renewed. I did notice that he didn't put that information on the or in that article. He didn't mention it. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll just sit back and wait and see. Wait and see what's gonna happen, honey. Yeah, 6K is crazy to me. And again, I think that from my understanding or from what I heard, I haven't done any like super I haven't done any like super deep diving on it, but from what I heard, they said that uh that's the least that you can file in small claims court. We got 91 people in the house, okay? We got 91 people in the house, and I hope y'all hit that like button. And then also, y'all see we got the gold thing up there for the super chat goal, but instead of super chat, baby, we doing a catch up, okay? Food Truck said she was gonna go live tonight and tell everyone if Love and Marriage Huntsville is coming back or not. Girl. And so Lee, you gonna sit up and wait for Food Truck? That what you gonna do? You gonna sit up and wait for Food Truck to tell you whether it's coming back or not? And who really wants to listen to Food Truck? Huh? Who really wants to listen to Food Truck? Child, I won't go over there because there's people over there that say, now see what I should go over there and do is drop in her comments and say, you said that since I ain't no real chef, I can't F with you. Well, let me tell you something. I'm an award-winning chef. Huh? You tried it. Food Truck is Wanda Jean. Food Truck is Wanda Jean. Wanda Jean is who Food Truck is, honey. I can't take all that illiterate, baby. And if she over there on that drink, baby, if she over there on that drink, it's gonna be bad. Okay? If she over there on that drink, it's gonna be bad. Okay? It's gonna be bad. RJ Renee said, I hope it's not renewed, but it would be interesting to see what the ratings will be like since mail is gone. Oh, absolutely. Y'all think Curry going to be on the show? From what I heard, she will be making some appearances, allegedly. Allegedly. I don't think they'll ever make her no full cast member or nothing like that. I don't ever think that. I don't ever think that. She got to remember, she now on the show has, it I don't know. I would hope that they wouldn't bring her on at all. But who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows what they're going to do? Well, if the show is or not returning, I don't think On would be happy. Or Carlos, if she does tell what's really going on. Right, Sweet Essence, right. She can't be telling nothing before anybody else tell it. So you honestly think she gonna sit over? She just want people to go over there and look at them sloppy ass hamburgers. That's it. That's all. She over there wanting somebody to buy them slappy ass potatoes and sloppy ass hamburgers and stuff over there. That's it. She don't know nothing. She don't know nothing. If they smart, they wouldn't tell her nothing. Yeah, the chitlin lady. The chitlin lady. The chitlin lady. Y'all know she gonna be. What's up, Chris? She gonna be over there on that monkey shoulder. What's going on, baby girl? 1981. What's going on? What's going on? Okay, y'all. Do y'all think out of the 82 people that's in here, do y'all think we could get 5 people to bless the platform with $5? I feel like if we do that, we can hit our $25 goal. Let's get it, baby. Yeah, go around and listen to the chitlin lady. Believe the chitlin lady over anybody else. No one else is out here saying anything about the show, but we believe the chicken lady. Hey, chicken lady. Ciao. Yeah, chitlin lady. I think I said chicken lady. I was distracted by something and I said chicken lady. Oh, I meant the chitlin lady. The booty noodle lady. The booty noodle lady. Y'all know who that is? The booty noodle lady. I know the booty noodle lady. You know, she like booty noodles. I don't believe the chitlin lady knows what's going on. I know she don't know what's going on. That's why I said again, y'all really honestly think that them people gonna tell her what's going on? Especially, why did the Nightbot delete your message? Shit, because you said shitlin before. Because you put shitlin in here. That's why I deleted it. That is insane. Because I can see, not as telling you, it's giving you a warning. Please misspell profanity. She did misspell it. Girl, you play too much, Nightbot. Now, I'm with you on that one. Nightbot tripping. Girl, you tripping. You tripping, girl. She did not spell the word out all the way. Just ignorant, honey. Just ignorant. Just ignorant, girl. Nightbot, you tripping. You definitely tripping on this Saturday, girl. You tried it. But yeah, anybody going over there listen to that lady to see if she know if the show coming back or not. This is the same lady who sat in that Chick-fil-A line and said that Ariane was gonna bring us some tea. And the next set of tea that she brought was about your daughter. So we gonna listen to her. The same person who confused her granddaughter. Her granddaughter wanted a blueberry parfait, but because you couldn't say blueberry parfait to the person on the other side of that speaker, that baby said, "I'll just take some water." I don't think we listening to her. What we listening to? What we listening to? That's what I want to know. Y'all go around and listen to what she got to say. When she said she was gonna do that? That's the question. When she said she was gonna do that? Booty noodles. That's how she want. That's how she did that for some views, honey. Some views. Baby, Nightbot had the nerve to say warning, honey. Oh my God, not warning. Not warning, girl. Did anybody get the fruit punch and pineapple baby oil or body oil? Not baby oil, honey. Body oil. I didn't. I can't say that I did. Only because it was fruit punch. I kind of felt like those 2 cents was more on the ladies' end. I'm gonna stick with my I like my blueberry and my I do still like my coconut one. Mine is coming on Monday. Not baby oil, LOL. Listen, once I said that, I was like, oops. You shouldn't have said that. I felt so. But yeah, y'all. So also in case if you guys are not subscribed to Don Unfiltered, I think you guys should definitely subscribe. We did have our political talk, our poly talk hour. We did do that this morning, or not this morning, but this afternoon, right before this live video. So make sure you guys go up there. It's $500 right now, still half price. Mine shipped out today too. What's $500? What cost is $500? Brittany, he got, well, no. Now what he decided to do was he decided to get him like this something about this it's like a safe, but it's where you can store stuff in it. challenge. So he keeps stuff in there. But I already know the password because the password is the same to every damn thing. I'm like, girl, if you're gonna try to hide something from me, don't you think you should probably change the password? The password should not be the same as the alarm code. The password should not be the same as the gate code. The password should not be the same as the code to get into the pantry. The code should not be the same as getting into the house in the front door on the keypad. The code should not be the same as the back door code. It should just not be the same. It should not be the same. So here I am. I went in there and I saw, when I said, oh, let me guess what the code is. But at first, ain't gonna lie, I put in his date of birth thinking that was gonna work. That didn't work. So I mean his birth year. I put his birth year in there and I said that didn't work. So then baby I put that gate code, the alarm code, the gate code in there, and it popped right on open. Yes, honey. When I went to the Boss Bay Awards, I used his all. Did. Left mine right here, and it one touch, because I hid it. Let me tell you what I did. So I have several Amazon boxes, and I have this one big Amazon box, right? And so I just took all these little boxes, and I took all this little tissue paper, and I put a little bitty mini box all inside of them big boxes and stuff like that. And then I taped that sucker down together. And then I turned the box upside down. I knew you were going to never think about that. I knew you would never think about that. And so payback was a mug. I went right around there into his little box. And when I went to the Boss Bay Awards, I certainly did take his oils and stuff. Did. And I stole two lip primers. Did. I want to smell their fruit punch and pineapple. I did receive my travel size body butters and my body oils today. They are so nice and smell good. I bet. I'm definitely gonna get them travel sizes soon. Yeah, definitely go get them travel sizes. It's definitely come in handy with these short weekend trips or these short trips. You know, when you going, it comes in handy. Comes in handy. Oh, this who puts honey on a banana? Honey on a banana? They're a perfect size too for traveling. Yeah, I need to get some of them travel size. I've always told myself that I needed to start, and especially with Southwest no longer having uh free bags, I definitely feel like I want some of those so that I can carry a carry-on bag versus a what's her name? Isn't Mel in LA with Goalie? She might be. I don't know. I don't know. Listen, this week has been swamped with this Diddy stuff, and um, so I haven't been able to catch up on everything. Oh, that's a good one. I don't take criticism. Wait, I don't take criticism to heart from people I don't admire or respect. Kerry Washington. Now that's good right there. That's good right there. I don't take criticism or none of that stuff from folks I don't respect or admire. I like that. I like that. That was a good one. All right, y'all. Well, listen, I'm gonna get on up out of here. I've been on the air for about 3 hours now. Uh, two over here and about one over on the backup channel. So I do appreciate you. I saw where a family member of Diddy was arrested outside of the courthouse today. Really? I didn't see that, but I definitely saw they was out there selling them shirts for $20 an hour. Or $20 an hour to wear them shirts out there. Talking about free Diddy. Um, do they have probiotic, prebiotic gummies? I want to say they do. I want to say they do, but I don't think that. I think I've only seen Mel actually thus far. I don't know if they're gonna, open her up to all of the goalies, but they do still have some for that. Just check out the goalie website. If you go to the goalie website and you look on before you purchase, of course, look and see. They have a list of goalies and their good and the benefits. hmm Do you have them under you? Yeah, yeah. You just use. Hold on, let me see if I can go. Let's see here. Let me see. And I can also see what the goal. I mean, what the what's the name is right now. Um, that's not the one I want. Let's see here. Your direct to product affiliate link. That's not the one I want you to get. Let's see. Oh, child, they done something different. Goldie has really upgraded. I probably need to call my what's the name. Let's see. Invite members. This is 20% off. Share your referral link to bring new partners on board. Okay, that's if you want to be a partner. Oh my God, they really have done a lot of things. Okay. Hold on 1 second. Let me see. I'm gonna put mine in the chat, but gummies. So they have the apple cider vinegar, they have the super fruits, they have the triple immune action, which of course works on your immune system. They have excuse me, they have women multivitamins as well, to help with all of the women things, heart health. I ain't fit to go into all them details, y'all. But they have those. They have, hold on, keep looking. Um, they have super greens. They have the sleep ones, the one that are like deeper. They have the beets kind, and then they have the probiotic plus. This the one. They do have the probiotic and the prebiotic plus. Yep. The green bottle, they do have them. Let me put my link in the chat. You may already have it, which is really easy. The discount code is actually the Chef Don Don. So let me put that in the chat. Are you going live again today? I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. I don't really plan on it, but yeah, I don't really plan on it, but that doesn't mean that I won't. Okay, hold on. Let me. I'm so tired of seeing Netta and Charles down to the. Oh, speaking of Netta, while we sitting here just chopping it up. Netta done went on there. She was getting her hair done talking about the Real Housewives just need to bring her a storyline. And okay, there's my discount code. So when you check out, all you have to do is just put that in the coupon code piece. But Netta was over there on actually I can show y'all on Twitter real quick. No, I can't actually. Anyway, Netta had decided to get online and say that since they mentioned her on did you see the DM with Netta and Joe? Yeah, I did. I think I responded. You responded back too. uh anyway, Netta was on there. I can let y'all hear the audio of what she said. Hold on. Mind you, she's getting her hair done. Or his hair done. He getting his hair retwisted. Here we go right here. So this what Netta had to say about the housewife. Uh-oh, I forgot I had my Bluetooth connected.
Real Housewives of Atlanta, I've been watching, because they've been talking about Miss Netta and Charles. They mentioned me again last week, Your Porsha was talking to her mom and stuff, and she was talking about it, and she mentioned Miss Netta and Charles. Yeah, but she got mad because I told her she had around Miss Netta and Charles, but she was like Charles, like Miss Netta. And they mentioned me again, and they probably gonna keep on mentioning me until they bring me a storyline, and I'm going to be a part of the Real Housewives. And I'll go buy me a house up there in Atlanta. Well, go rent me one because I ain't buying them. Go ahead. Yeah. Go rent me a house in Atlanta and go film my show. And let them come to my big house. With Lily. Lily gonna be there too. I said I'm gonna get Lily a page and go live and just sit her in the chair and just let her watch them. Wait, what I'm saying, we can bring it all down.
Did y'all hear that? She said they can keep on talking about me and give me a storyline. So since when do they give you a storyline? Right? You gotta have something going on. Anybody checking for you, net? Anybody checking for you, net? Who checking for you to put you on a show? Now they ain't put some of the actual housewives that have tried out on the show, and you honestly think they gonna put Netta on their show? Girl, please. And what happened to Drew Sidor was supposed to be getting you on the show? Oh, you welcome. What's the link? Oh, what's the link to? My the goalie, the goalies that I have. You can definitely place an order of your goalies, your goalie vitamins and all of the things, the gummies. They 5 minutes of fame to run out. You can't tell her that though. He think that he steals gold. He is the one. He is the one. But yeah, I do think that is messed up. Let's see. Okay, y'all. From my understanding, they're saying that Aubrey O'Day may not be testifying, or she won't be testifying in the Diddy trial. That wasn't true. But one thing we do know is that Don Richards, it was true. There was so many cameras and things in Don Richards' face, but hey, I mean, we live in a world of media and press, so I kind of figured that was going to happen. But yeah, Netta might be more entertaining than most of the housewives. They don't say that, Miss Blake, cause I ain't watching that dude on TV. Sure ain't. I would never tune into the housewives if that big dude was on there. No. All right, y'all, listen. I hope you all have a beautiful Saturday. Oh, we are about $15 away from our goal. Thank you guys so much for the cash apps for who have donated. We're $15 away from our goal. So there's 3 people blessing the platform with $5. I appreciate you all. Again, I don't know if I'll be live again today unless, something pops off. But for the most part, I think we talked about everything. Tomorrow we'll be ready for Housewives. I think I'm a rest for the rest of the day. Cause this week your boy have been busy. This week alone, I have been live I'd say at least. Let's see, day 2 we went live for about 5 hours. Day 3 we went live for about 5 hours. Day 4 we went live for about 5 hours. Day 5 we went live the whole day, so it was live about 8 hours, 7 to 8 hours. So your boy is tired. Is witness number 3 still missing? I mean, according to them, witness number 3 is still missing. I haven't heard anything different on witness number 3. I'm still paying attention to inner city press's stuff because he's still posting stuff over the weekend. Remember, they said that the witness list had to be in the final witness list on the defense and the prosecution side had to be in by no later than tomorrow at 5 p.m. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this goes, y'all. It's probably going to be so many people. Now, what I do find interesting is I can believe that Aubrey O'Day is not testifying. And the reason why I say that is because I didn't hear Aubrey O'Day on that first original list. I didn't hear her name. I didn't hear her name until this week in the blog. So I could definitely see her not actually testifying and that being the truth. Who's witness number 3? CB. LOL. Well, we know damn well CB can't come over here and do nothing. He need to be worried about being a witness in his own case. Because you going over there overseas playing with them people, hitting that man over across his head with that bottle. Sir, you know better than that. Y'all gonna learn. Y'all are gonna learn. And then for people to sit up and say, oh my God, let that man go, let that man be free. For what? That man literally busted a man upside his head with a bottle. Nothing calls for that. If that man didn't put his hands on Chris Brown first in any type of way, y'all, unfortunately, regardless of if Chris Brown is your favorite, he ain't got no business busting no man upside his head with a liquor bottle. Are you crazy? Y'all sit up acting like you gonna let somebody bust you upside your head with a liquor bottle. Folks be saying the dumbest thing, and I'm like, you wouldn't want nobody doing that to you, dummy. Child. So unfortunately, he had to go over there and pay up on that, and he ain't getting out until June, his next court date. And who knows if he gonna get out then? He was so stupid to go back over there. No, right? Why would you even have? Why would you put them on your tour date? I get what you're trying to do, but you knew good and well you was in trouble over there. Why did you put that on your tour dates? That didn't make sense. It just didn't make any sense. Yeah, he went over there. He did that, y'all. He did that. So therefore, no. And it'll put a stop to all of you, all of y'all, all of these entertainers who think that they can put their hands on people, and don't think that the people can do anything about it because you are a celebrity or because you are famous or whatever you want to call it. No, that's not how that works. That's not how that works. And over there, they don't play that stuff. They don't play that. You're going to get it every single time you go around there. Every single time. Like, I don't care what y'all say about that Ojanija lady. Ejanaja, whatever her name is. The one that put the little her finger up under her nose, talking about respect to the law, respect for the law, respecting the law and the law and the law. Same thing with her. You went over there to Dubai, lighting a cigarette, smoking a cigarette on them people's street. They don't like that. They don't operate like that. They will most definitely lock your behind up if you think the things that you can do over here in America, you could do over there. You cannot do it. So y'all gonna learn. Y'all gonna learn. I don't know what it is with these entertainers wanting to put their hands on people. I'm sorry. You can like Chris Brown all you want to. But if Chris Brown did that and he got in trouble for it, that's just is what it is. Now do you think he in there dancing? I don't know, cause what is the jail like over there? You know? Let's see. Hold on, cause I'm sure or maybe he knew, just don't want anything to do with the Diddy case. Nah, that Omar, I don't think he probably didn't want to have anything to do with the Diddy case. And his name was mentioned. His name was mentioned. I mean, he wasn't asked to testify or anything. His name was just mentioned about, well, I mean, there was some news that came out and his name was listed in it, but so far he's just been mentioned. But I mean, he gonna be still locked up when his tour start. His tour started on the 8th, and his next court date is on June the 11th. But y'all, from my understanding and kind of doing a little research, What he's being charged for? Hold on. Let's see. What he's being charged for, I think he could face up to 15 years over there. See, they thinking that these American laws is what can help you get away. You can't pay people over there to help you get by. You can't do that. Sorry that y'all fake. Then went around there and got in trouble. Let me see. In jail having to eat beans for breakfast now. Child, not being held truly accountable and because they are rich. And then also too, y'all, they're also saying too that what they take into consideration is your past. So they say if you have been convicted, even in your respective place, if you have been convicted for any type of assault, they take that into consideration over there. And regardless of if you're from over there or not, they're still taking your assaults, any charges. Hello, look at all the stuff that he was charged with around the time of Rihanna, around the time of Karuchi, whatever her name is. Sir, you went over there playing with them people. Hey everybody, thank you for being here this week, Chef. Oh, you're welcome, Catherine. I appreciate it. All right. We'll be back next week too. All right. So, oh dang it! Wait a minute. Hold on, cause I'm sure for the we fit to pull this up real quick. Um. Uh, okay. In the UK. Hold on, because I'm going to give y'all a little bit of a breakdown. They are sick of outsiders going. They don't already even like us, and you gonna go over there playing. Okay, so in the UK, I believe it's grievous is how you say that. Bodily harm is a serious criminal offense involving inflicting serious physical harm on another person. It can be committed with or without intent, with the maximum penalty for GBH with intent being life imprisonment. And we're talking about over there. With intent, the man can face life imprisonment. Oh, but it's Chris Brown. That can't happen to Chris Brown. GBH without intent carries a maximum sentence of 5 years. The offense can be committed by maliciously wounding or causing GBH. All right. The GBH is the most serious type of assault short of okay, so basically they kind of put this under the same title of attempted unaliving, basically, is what they're saying. They're saying that GBH is the most serious type of assault short of attempted unaliving. The intent. GBH can be committed with or without intent. Examples of GBH would be broken limbs, deep lacerations, concussions, and any physical injury to anyone. So, trying that again. Now, here's where we get with the weapon. You using a Don Julio bottle is considered a weapon. I don't know if you knew that. The use of a weapon in an assault to likely increase the severity of the offense. Okay? So they don't play that over there. They do not play that over there. They don't play that over there. That is a serious crime over there. And it is labeled as really serious. So y'all better be praying for Chris Brown. Besides sitting up here saying, let that man go. Listen, that man hit that man in the head with that bottle. And they say it's also on video camera. Baby, it's cooking time. Stop putting your hands on people unprovoked. It's simple. Okay, wait a minute. If the government has 6 weeks of witnesses, there is no way that the defense will only have 2 weeks. Wait a minute. Do you think they're gonna make an example out of him? My hope is that he is held accountable. Maybe not to the severity, but then again, who am I to say that they can't hold him accountable with the laws that they have in place over there? Who am I to say that? However, I hope not, Lee. I really do. I hope not. I hope not. I hope not. But again, you just can't go over there messing with them people. Okay, so I'm trying to see. You think, but in many, even most criminal trials, the defense case is short or no extent, unless the defendant takes the stand. And I don't think is Diddy going to be testifying in his own trial? Let me see. I can't remember if they say he ain't testifying or he is testifying. Do y'all remember? Is Diddy testifying in his own trial? Sean P. Diddy Combs. Let's see. Yeah, they're saying that there's no indication that he won't. And I think I was just getting ready to say that, Gigi. I think the smart thing would be for him not to. Yeah, I don't think it would be wise of him either. Because we talked about this yesterday. How dumb was it of Diddy to have the pink substance on him, to have $9,000 in money, which you were going to use to pay escorts. They also said that this is why I say the defense and the prosecution really messed me up when they brought up the guy yesterday who was the agent who raided the hotel room after Diddy got arrested. I cannot seem to understand why the defense nor the prosecution didn't have more in on the fact that there were women allegedly supposed to be with him. I just didn't understand it. I didn't understand why we couldn't use. Now, if this person resides in New York, I'm not understanding why they couldn't bring Dawn up first, because they were trying to bring Dawn up to give her testimony before she had to leave, because they were saying that Dawn came in from out of town or from overseas. So I was just trying to figure that out. It didn't make sense to me why they went that route. But nonetheless, I still think Diddy was stupid. You were literally in New York because you were turning yourself in. Like, you were turning yourself in that day. They had a meeting set up. I think it was either the next day or the day after that, where they had a meeting set up with his legal team and with the government, where they were supposed to be meeting on when was a clear time for him to turn himself in. You get arrested at the hotel. And just to be clear, there was literally there was an article, or one of these blog sites had posted that they did find pink substances, or the pink powder substance, in Diddy's hotel room, and they actually did. The man testified yesterday that they did. So I don't know. Didn't Diddy try to flee? I don't necessarily think he tried to flee. I think what happened was They had something scheduled out of out. I can't remember if it was out of the country or if he had to go from one state to the other state. But I don't think he was. I don't think he was trying to flee. Mm-mm. I think people were saying that, but I don't think it was true. And I think that what you were talking about when he was in Miami at the airport. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's the one you were talking about. When he was at Miami, when he was in Miami at the airport and he left on that private jet. Yeah, I do remember that. But no, I don't think he was trying to flee. And it looked like that probably because they had just raided his home. Mm-hmm. Yep. It probably looked like that because they just raided his home. Yeah. Yep. I don't know, y'all. It's going to be very interesting to see how this stuff plays out. I mean, we still have, 7 more weeks of testimony. I mean, 7 more weeks of a lot of evidence. So we just sit back and wait, honey. Well, with that being said, y'all, that's really all I have. I appreciate y'all for kicking it with me on this good Saturday. I will see you guys tomorrow if there's not anything really in the news today. Plus, they wanted Don to back Cassie's story up as true. Yeah, that's why I didn't understand that. No, the judge is not playing. The judge was really unhappy with Diddy's defense team because one of the things that they were trying to do, which was relevant, was they was bringing those text messages and those emails into question, and then turning around and also wanting to put the exhibit of the ex parties up. But again, y'all, I have to agree with everyone else. They're not proving the RICO at all right now. And again, I get it. We have more testimony. We have more from both sides. But for me, they're not proving anything. What it sounds like to me with these freak-offs is that Cassie or Diddy's team would get these freak-offs together, and it doesn't sound like other people were involved. It sounds like it was solely between him and her bringing in a third party. I have to agree with everyone. I'm not seeing the RICO end of it yet. And again, we got some more weeks to go, but I'm not seeing the RICO of it all. And I really had to look up RICO, and I don't see the enterprise. Again, the escorts come from an actual escort site or like an escort service site. So I don't know. I don't get it. Let me see. Did you see Aubrey O'Day is going to tell her story on a podcast with Amy Robach and TJ Holmes? No. Okay. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm no lawyer, but I want to ask a lawyer how this works. Could you ask, let me see. In a federal trial, can the government use someone or want someone to testify and then tell them that they no longer need them to testify? Or how does that work? It's all about strategy. Okay, let's see. In federal trial or any trial, really, the government or the prosecution can call someone in as a potential witness and then later decide not to have them testify. So do y'all think that maybe Aubrey was asked to testify and then maybe they decided not to use her? Do y'all think that could be a possibility? Because clearly we're not. I mean, she's not on the defense side, of course, right? But I'm curious if the prosecution thought to use her and then turn around and decided not to. Because that's kind of what I'm getting from it. I'm getting more so that she was probably asked to in the beginning and then it became, oh, she's no longer testifying, or we don't need her testimony anymore. I don't know, but now, Lysandra, you came here with some good information. I'm so sick of Amy Roebuck and TJ Holmes. I don't know what to do. Uh, and I do know they had a podcast, and I don't have no interest in watching it. But where did you see that at, love? Is it on one of these blog sites or something? All right, let's see here. Okay, YouTube is doing something different where they're dropping. Well, I think they've already done this, but anyway, Club Shay Shay has ranked number 7 in the U.S. based podcast. And this is out of 100. Club Shay Shay is number 7, and Nightcap is number 28. And the McAfee Show is number 12. So it's like some sports stuff, but just weekly podcast in general. He is number 7. I just saw Shannon Sharp just posted that. Let's see. TMZ reported that Aubrey did an interview on that podcast saying that she's not taking the stand. So I wonder when it was recorded. Let's see. Let me go to TMZ. I have TMZ. Aubrey. Okay, let's go to the home page and see. Okay, let's see. Cassie preparing to give birth after Viv. Okay. I don't see this, y'all, and I'm not saying that y'all not telling me the truth. Oh, here you go. Uh-oh.
I've never felt this way before.
Oh, you are bad news. Don't overthink it.
Sorry, y'all. It's an ad over there. Reading the transcripts, it looked like she is giving her opinion of the cross-examination. Aubrey is, or you're saying? I see it. I finally came across it, girl. What's the tea? It was a little bit further down. Let's see. Okay.
You are, as we sit here, right up the street from where the trial is taking place.
I didn't even realize that.
So some people saw that you were going to be in New York, and they immediately started jumping to conclusions. So can you clear that up? First of all, are you here to testify in the Diddy trial?
No, I'm not here to testify for the Diddy trial that I know of.
Well, you know what? Was that ever something that came up or consideration? Did you ever get a call? Any lawyer? Did you even stand by and maybe even think you might be called?
I was contacted by Homeland Security, and I did have a meeting with Homeland Security.
And at any point did they tell you we're considering you to testify? We're considering your evidence that you've given us in the trial?
They tell you to keep discretion with your meeting with us, obviously, because the trial has taken place. And, you know, aside from being on a poster board the first day of trial and jurors naming me, and that was a little uncomfortable because I didn't understand that piece.
Well, Aubrey, let me help you out. The reason why they asked the jury if you know anybody is associated that may be on the witness list, could possibly be on the witness list. That's why.
You know, the times we've talked in between since then, I feel it's at a comfortable place where I can say that now.
Because your name could come up at any point.
On your Instagram story of you on a plane coming to New York. And it wasn't much longer than that some tabloid writes that sources say she's coming to testify, and now it's just everywhere. What has that been like? Just
After that article came out, what kind of happened? Phone started ringing, text started coming. So what was that like? And that was just the past 24 hours. Yeah, so I got a message from actually our producer here, and she said, "Do you have something you need to tell me?" And then sent me the article. And then I was like immediately in shock because all I did was read the headline, and the headline was like, "She's testifying today. We know what she feels about it. Like, click this to see her feelings on it." And I was like, thinking to myself, like, what in the world? And like you said, I posted on my Instagram that I was here in New York and enjoying myself because I wanted to make it clear to everyone that I am not here testifying, because obviously if anyone knows at all anything about situations like this, or if you don't, let me explain to you, this is a very you could potentially be in danger. And it's not something that you go announce. It's not something that you frolic around about. You definitely don't speak about it. I have been outspoken.
Girl, you're not schooling us on nothing that we don't know.
Last September,
I do think it was a
Diddy
little
did
reckless.
something to
I do think it was a little reckless for that to be the cause of why people said that she was coming. But, ma'am, Aubrey, anywho, child. Well, we'll be back to this next week. We'll be back to this next week. Let's get ready. Let's get ready. On Monday, we'll be back in the courtroom, honey. They didn't find her story credible, or it wouldn't help, in my opinion. Yeah, something about her evidence or whatever she had or whatever she said, or maybe it's something that she hasn't said any different from what she's been saying. I'm not sure, but I don't know. I don't know. She said she got a call from Homeland Security. That's interesting to me. Very interesting to me. But thank you, Miss Lysandra, for that bit of tea, because I had no clue that that Aubrey O'Day, was there. And when she says producer, I think she's talking about the producer that may be over the podcast that reached out to get her on Amy Robach in that show. Let's see. And she shouldn't have said that. That's what I was thinking. Like, some of the stuff that you said while you trying to tell everybody else that they should be careful. No, you really should be careful, because it's federal case. That's why Homeland Security. No, I knew why Homeland Security contacted her, but I'm just saying, if Homeland Security contacted you and you had been contacted, then you didn't outright say that they wouldn't be using you to testify, nor did you say it was originally that you should have been testified. She didn't say that either. I do think she should have just been careful with what she said, period, though. Because she's talking about, oh, you have to be careful, it becomes a safety thing. Ma'am, you don't think what you said possibly could have you in some sort of danger? Stranger danger? I'm just asking. I mean,
Let's go ahead and
I'm just saying. But hey, who are me? Who are me? But listen, y'all, I am gonna get out of here. That man go. Yeah, I am gonna get out of here. I hope that you all enjoy the rest of your day. Okay. We are still $15 away from our goal. It's 59 people in here. If y'all want us to help us get to our goal, we $15 short from our goal. Just 15. Just uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco. Okay, so cinco. That is not how you say 15 in Spanish. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve, diez, once, doce, trece, catorce, quince. 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 It's quince. It's quince. No, wait. It's quince. It's quince 16, because quince is like a quinceañera, right? Let me see. Let me ask how you say it. Oh, thank you, Mama Bees. I appreciate you. Omar, don't be laughing. Wait, because I'm supposed to check it, see what that means. Let me see. Let me see. Is it 15? It's really 15? Oh, why am I thinking Kinsey means 16? How do you say the number 15 and 16 in Spanish? Okay, you're right. Quince is 15 and Diese is 16. Diese, is it Diese? How do you pronounce it? This is funny. Wait, this is funny.
All right, Chef Dunk. They start mashing words together. 15 in Spanish is quince. 16
Not Quince.
is 16.
Oh, 16. 16. 18. 19. How you say 20? Girl, now we having a Spanish lesson on here. What's the Spanish numbers 1 through 25? Okay, uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve, diez, once, doce, trece, catorce, quince, quince, dieciséis, 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 dieciocho, diecinueve, veinte. Veinte is 20. Veinte uno, veinte dos, veinte tres, veinte cuatro, veinte cinco. Girl, let me get off of here playing with these people. Not your son said, please stop. Baby, if I wasn't so busy trying to be a class clown in Spanish class, if I was if I wasn't so busy trying to be a class clown in Spanish class, I probably would know some stuff. I think I have told y'all that story, right? In Spanish. Child. All of my there was a point in time where I couldn't stand my Spanish teacher in my high school, so I called myself going over there to French class. I was like, oh, I could do French bonjour. But child, boy, I really only like my French teacher because my French teacher, she always want to cook. Okay? Baby, you would have thought we was in home economics for French class over there. Because I kid you not, at least once a week we cooking crepes and all of the things down to the classroom. But I had a Spanish teacher who was my high school. So where I'm from, you got kinder through sixth grade. That's at the elementary school. Seventh and eighth is at the junior high school. Ninth is at their own freshman school, and then 10th, 11th, and 12th was at their own school. So my seventh and eighth grade Spanish teacher, Mr. Lopez, okay, and yes, he do look like George Lopez. Mr. Lopez, he followed me, I swear, every year. From seventh grade, he became our eighth grade teacher. Then when we went to ninth grade to the freshman school, he was our ninth grade teacher. Then when we went to the high school, he moved right along up with us all the time. I didn't like the man. So finally, when I had no choice but to stay in Spanish because I couldn't change again, I got pissed off at my French teacher and I wanted to be back in Spanish class. I go over here to my Spanish class. Every day he trying to teach us a lesson, and here I am trying to be the class clown. Well, one day his His son, this was my junior year in high school. His son came over to our school. He was at the Crosstown Rivalry School. And I guess maybe because his parents, because his mom was an English teacher and his dad was a Spanish teacher. That's crazy. So he was in our class. And one day, his daddy said something to me and it pissed me off, and I didn't listen to him. And so his son was like, "You need to listen." He got up out of the church talking about, "You need to listen to my dad, boy. If you don't sit your spaghetti shaped ass down, what if I snap you in two? You don't tell me what to do. I don't give a damn that this your daddy. Listen, what we finna do? What we gonna do about it?" I had the same smoke whether you were sitting in this classroom or whether you wasn't sitting in this classroom. Don't play with me. Like, everybody's scared of you. Boy, sit down. You ain't finna do nothing. Boy, and guess what? Y'all, it's so crazy. That boy is that boy married one of my cousins. Now I don't know her all that well like that, but she is definitely a cousin of mine. She's my aunt's daughter. But you know, you got some family members you just don't really kick it with or know like that. But they are actually married and together. And honestly, I see him all up and down my timeline on Facebook. I think it's funny. It be a small world, y'all. I come from a small city. So people, the connections of people is always crazy to me. Always crazy. But he definitely went out here and got him a black girl. He definitely went out there and got some of that black, some of that black cooch. Okay. You know where home is at, huh? Let me go. All right, y'all, I'm finna go. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, y'all. I know that man hated me in real life. I bet if I asked his dad to do his dad to remember. Oh, anyway, y'all have a good one.